After taking on 2 jobs in just 1 season during our last campaign, I thought it might be a difficult task to secure a role at a top club this summer. How wrong I was. So I've only been at this new club for a few days and we're going to play our first game of the season today. I haven't even had a chance to play a pre-season friendly yet and I'm still getting used to the squad. Let's show you what happened as we were searching for our next role. Initially, the job hunt was challenging. We didn't even get an interview at Stuttgart. And after speaking with us, Freiburg decided we were not the manager they were looking for. There were job offers from big clubs. We could have moved to Galatasaray and had a second season in Turkey, or we could have moved back to Greece and joined Olympiacos. Both clubs would have offered us the chance to compete for more silverware, but we were eager to move back to one of Europe's big 5 leagues, and preferably a club that would allow us to compete for honours. And I think we found it with last season's Bundesliga runners-up. Because brace yourselves people, we've landed the job at Bayer Leverkusen, who are, believe it or not, a 4.5-star club, and just by joining them, it's boosted our managerial reputation to 75%, and we are now a 4-star coach. Let's show you our new employers. This season we'll be in the dugout at Bayer Leverkusen, a club who only missed out on the title by 3 points last campaign. In fact, you have to go back a decade to find the last time they finished below 3rd. Leverkusen offer us the opportunity for Champions League football for the first time. Bayern will be difficult to topple, but expectations will be significant, and we had to promise we'd challenge for the Bundesliga title in order to secure this job. However, for the first time we'll be working with players valued at a significant amount of money. The opportunity to manage Leverkusen at this stage in our mercenary career is an exciting one, and the club have strengthened, signing almost £50 million worth of players during the summer, but there are a couple of problems. The first is that they decided to cash in on one of their star players, selling Khalifa Koulibaly to RB Leipzig for £74 million. Koulibaly, who is only 22, has already been capped for the Spanish national team and is branded as an elite striker. Although he didn't seem to feature that prominently for them last campaign, he would certainly have been useful for us this. That's not the only difficulty that we have. The other problem is squad depth, because I think we're going to have to navigate a Bundesliga season and a Champions League campaign with just 2 senior central defenders. Clearly, far from ideal, but let's talk you through the players that we do have at our disposal. Our goalkeeper is going to be one of a number of Spanish internationals at the club. Federico Cabrera has 2 caps for the national team. The media describe him as an instinctive goalkeeper. He should organise the defence well with his communication, and his reflexes on one-on-ones are sharp. At left full-back, we have a player who could equally slot into central midfield and is branded as an elite midfielder. His balance and stamina are good. His anticipation, bravery and decision-making is excellent. And whilst his crossing is not ideal, we have very few options in defence. At right full-back, we will play a Mexican international, Christopher Mendoza. Again, going forward, not the strongest, but defensively, he looks impressive. And so to those centre-halves, starting with Brazilian Junior. The tackling and bravery are strong, and we will need him as we have very little options in this position, with our only other option being powerful centre-back Ilya Chernyshев. Although only 6'1", his jumping reach is 15, as is his strength, and his marking, concentration and positioning are all good. Our main cover at centre-back will be Thomas Vasquez, who's injured for today's game, and he's only 5'6" tall. Otherwise, we're going to be looking to blood teenagers who worryingly are not at a Champions League level. But in midfield, things are stronger. We've got Swiss schemer Fabian Rieder. With 76 caps, he's described as a world-class midfielder. Alongside him, another world-class Spanish youngster in the form of Victor Manzano, who's good in the air, has fabulous flair, as well as vision, passing and technique. And to bring experience, we have elite attacking midfielder Rinier, who the club signed from Real Madrid and has performed excellently over the last 7 seasons. Out wide, we have Oscar Mendes, who's more accustomed at playing down the middle and is a professional elite striker. He will be quick, he dribbles well, has great composure, and his finishing is excellent. And on the other flank, our Spanish theme continues, with 22-year-old Yorobi, another quick player and another with excellent vision, although not as strong finishing. And up front, we're blessed to have one of the world's leading strikers. Roberto Peña has played 21 times for Spain and scored 13 goals. He's an elite striker who combines blistering pace with a jumping reach of 18 at 6'5". His off-the-ball movement means he'll be a threat in behind defences, And with composure of 16 and finishing of 17, you should be able to take chances when they arrive. So our squad looks strong, but defensively things are worrying. If we get injuries and suspensions at centre-half, which we are bound to do during a long campaign, we're looking at bringing in 5'6" replacements. Far from ideal, I think you will agree. We've had no time to work with the players. How this squad is going to perform is going to be as big a surprise to me as it's going to be to you. And today we're going to be taking on one of the leading clubs in the world. Let's show you how they've been doing over the last decade in the Scout Report. So just the 19 league titles in a row for today's opponents, Bayern Munich. They've had another summer of big spending, splashing out 80 million on 2 new recruits. And they are overwhelming favourites to seal a 20th title in a row. Coach Julian Nagelsmann is building a dynasty, having spent 10 years at the club. And just 3 seasons ago, he was celebrating another Champions League win. Recognisable names include Karim Adeyemi, Pangai Nyanzu, Eduardo Camavinga and Jude Bellingham. Bayern have legends everywhere you look, and this is going to be a tough first game as Bayer Leverkusen take on Bayern München. So we're back in Germany for a second spell, but not Bundesliga 2 this time. We've taken over a top club. The expectations are high, but taking on Bayern Munich in the Super Cup is going to be a tough proposition. They have got a wealth of talent at their disposal. Don't get me wrong, we've got players on the bench that are worth almost £100 million, but we are lacking quality into some key positions, which could be costly during the course of the season. And I've built a tactic that I've not tested out because we've had no pre-season games at all. We only joined the club 4 days ago, and early on, we might have gone down to an Adeyemi goal in under a minute. I think VAR are going to check it. They are. If this is not ruled out, this is going to be the worst start we've made to a club. Indeed, it is so. And you can see our defensive vulnerabilities already. Junior should have cleared the ball. And then this has just dissected our back line. And Adeyemi makes no mistakes from there. Okay, we're 8 minutes into the game. Things can only get better from here on out, can't they? As Wirtz almost puts them into a 2-0 lead. This is a blistering start from our opponents. Finally, on 10 minutes, we've got possession of the football. We don't have it for very long, but we've won it back again. And we've got plenty of Spanish or Spanish-speaking players in this squad. So hopefully, there should be a nice little bit of unity between them as we have our first effort of the game. Tentatively, I think we're growing into the game a little. Bayern haven't had any further chances. They've had 2 shots. We've had just the 1. And now we've got the ball in midfield. Mendes dances past one man, he's through, and he's tested the Bayern keeper, should probably have scored. I thought he was going to be a stronger finisher than that, but we are going to have to make do with a corner on this occasion. We swing it in. It's not a great set piece, although we might recover the ball. The highlight peters out. We do have more shots than our opponents now, and we have grown into the game, but now we've got a free kick, and Wirtz is going to take it. And you're always worried when you have a free kick highlight. Fortunately, it goes wide. 3 shots for Bayern now, 1 on target. We've had 4. Looks like we're racing our way through to half-time. Maybe the fitness of our players is not as good as Bayern's. We have got a couple of players that are struggling for match sharpness a little bit. Maybe this is going to be a good run out for our boys, even though we're not going to be able to win any silverware. Alphonso Davies, even though he's a veteran now, still has got blistering pace, and one of our defenders, Chernyshев, has bundled him over in the box. They're going to check VAR, but it looked like a clear shove to me, and we could be 2-0 down on the stroke of half-time. We're going to be relying on our goalkeeper here. Who's going to be the taker for Bayern? It's going to be Adeyemi. He steps up for his second of the game, but our keeper has denied him. A smart stop down to his right has kept us in the game, even though I think we need to tell the players that this is not the standards we're looking to set. So I think the players are fairly sure of my impressions of that first half, and with a year of Schalke behind us, I was able to communicate well in German and tell them that that was a terrible first half performance, and now we've got a chance to try and make amends. We do seem to be playing quite patiently around the midfield. That's good, but going forward, I'm not sure we've got quite enough players supporting the play to be truly potent. I don't think we've got the attacking fullbacks we need. to be a top side in Europe. Hopefully, our wide players might be able to fill in those gaps. We've got two Mazzalas. Maybe that's a mistake. I was hoping that they would give us extra width whilst our wide players cut in. I might need to rethink the tactic because we've not produced much in this game. And on 64 minutes, I think we'll make some changes. So let's try some different options in midfield. I think we'll bring Moussa Diaby on to play on the right. He's 32 years old now, but he's still very quick. And he's only just missed out on selection today. And I think in central midfield, we're going to try a change as well. We could go with Jacobo Ceratosa, who's valued at £95 million. That wouldn't be a bad option, although not a natural in central midfield. Maybe instead we'll go for Victor Vasquez, valued at £65 million this time, and I think could be a useful midfielder in place of Manzano. Let's see whether we can get back into the game with those changes made. Bayern are coming forward again. They look dangerous every time they attack. Alphonso Davies on the left has been a real thorn in our side this afternoon. And they've got the ball with Jeremy. They've got acres of space over in our left fullback. Kimmich sends it across. It's a tame header. And I think it does show our weakness in fullback areas. If we're going to get back into this game, we are leaving it late. Nianzou brings the ball forward, sends it out to Kimmich. And it's Bayern that are doing all the running in the second half. We've not really shown much. We only need one more goal to get into the game. But we haven't really looked like we're going to score one so far this afternoon. Maybe this could change. Peña's good in the air. He wins his header, but it leads to a chance for Bayern. And a defensive mix-up. And oh my goodness, Chernyshев has given away a penalty and now sent an aimless back pass to his keeper. Oh, that Bayern Munich have stolen and scored from. Peña probably should have won that in the air. I thought he played the header. I don't think he did. It's disastrous defending. We've got much work to do at centre-half. This is the team we're going to be looking to try and finish above in the Bundesliga this season. I see no hope of that on today's evidence, but we've told the board that we will mount a title challenge, and this is a job that we've taken on that is infinitely sackable from. So I think we have some work to do. Hopefully we can settle things down during the early weeks of the season, and making the players watch Bayern walk up the podium and lift a trophy in the season curtain raiser might give them a little bit of motivation to improve. We've got a German Cup game next up. That could be a perfect opportunity to test out some tactics and work out who our best personnel is. But this is not a great start to the season. Clearly we have much work ahead of us in order to turn Leverkusen into the nation's top side. And with games against Leipzig and another fixture against Bayern looming large on the horizon, this looks like a difficult task.